Want to loosen up your painting style? Let's ditch perfection and embrace the fun of playing with paint. This quick and easy 10-minute exercise will help you fall in love with the unpredictable flow of paint and even appreciate those happy accidents. I'll be using acrylics, watercolor paper, and a few simple tools. Let me show you how. I'm painting on a full sheet of Arch watercolor paper, and I did use a coat of gesso beforehand, and then you can see I used some yellow painting tape to divide the paper into smaller areas or smaller paintings. So the exercise goes that I'm using some limited colors, 3 in fact. I'm using cadmium orange light, quinacridone crimson, and cobalt blue, as well as black and white. And I'm trying to work all over the paper and in my mind trying to ignore the tape that is dividing the piece of paper. The crimson color, I had put it into a squirt bottle and diluted it with a little bit of water because I wanted a different way of applying the paint instead of just using a brush. So the paint actually turned out to be quite a bit more fluid than I expected, but I'm going with the flow and grab this roller to move the paint around, which gives a much thinner but very even application that's quite interesting. I'm going in with some pure quinacridone crimson to give some more expressive brush marks to change things up a little bit. Now I am introducing some cobalt blue with using a painting knife as well as a roller. I'm trying to think of ways that I can move the paint around that is not in the traditional way, like using a brush. So I'm trying different things. I'm also using my non-dominant hand and trying to get some of this paint around on the whole paper without covering it completely. So what's the point of these small playful paintings? First off, I think they are amazing as warm-ups to help loosen us up and kind of shake off any preconceived way of working. Did you ever sit down at your art table feeling tense, like you had to create something really incredible? And when that doesn't turn out the way that you hoped, it feels like a total waste, a waste of time and supplies. Yeah, I have definitely been there. So the pressure is real. And we live in such a results-driven world where the final product always seems to matter more than the process or how we got there. But here's the thing, the process is everything. You can't really have a result without a process. They are a team and they work together. So this way of working is very process-led. So you follow your curiosity and don't stress about the outcome. The end result is whenever you decide that it's finished. Here the result that I want to get is that I want to find new ways of applying paint. I want to try some colors I don't usually work with, and I want to give myself the freedom to really try something that I haven't before. If I get an urge to use a dark gray color, for example, up here in the top part of the painting, I'm gonna go with it without overthinking why I'm doing it. I actually started out by setting a timer for 20 minutes, so that will also help prevent me overthinking or fiddling around with details. While the gray paint is still wet, I'm going in with some steel wool and scratching into the paint, making some marks. I haven't done this before like this, so I want to see what will happen and what kind of marks I can get. But this is all part of learning through doing and discovery. So I'm gonna go in with a hairdryer now, so I'm just gonna turn the volume down on that. I decided I wanted some darker areas in here, some contrasting marks, and willow charcoal I think will do the job. So I got out some charcoal and I'm doing my best to make some contrasting marks. So some big marks that have energy in them, that can be very different from what is already there. Notice how I'm kind of using my arm, drawing in the air, making some movements before actually touching the paper. I do it to make sure that I get different marks. I have a tendency to make the same marks over and over. Another thing I could do was actually to turn the piece of paper upside down and then make some marks that way. The charcoal is a little bit too dominant, so I'm going in now with some paper towel to soften some of those marks. About half of the time have passed, so 10 minutes left now. And the painting is very, very busy. So what I want to do now is to cover part of the painting up to make some areas that are a lot more quiet, a lot more calm, so that they can be in contrast to some of the areas that are more busy and more filled with marks and color. I'm debating whether to use a brush, and I decide on using this silicone tool, this silicone scraper, because I can spread the paint around in this quick and also fairly thin, even manner. I find that I really like working with a silicone scraper. It just makes marks that I really can't get in any other way, and it's quickly covers a large area in kind of an even manner that I really like. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here at all. My hope for you is that you will try out different tools and try out different ways of applying paint, of removing paint as well, and then combining them in different ways to find out what you like and what you don't like. We can watch videos on YouTube all day long. I'm guilty of that myself. I can quickly get caught up watching what everybody else is doing, but there's no way of learning except by doing. So I really hope that you will get out some paper and some paints and do some experiments. You know, put on some great music while doing this. I find it really helps to set the mood and get my movements going. So please, I would love to know in the comments as well what kind of music you're listening to, if you listen to anything while you are painting. I'm forcing myself to stop now because I'm starting to get a little bit caught up in detail, and I noticed I started thinking about the individual squares, and that was not the assignment, right? So I'm gonna stop, and it's not quite dry, but I do want to start peeling off the tape and see how it looks. And it's that very wet paint that I was squirting from this bottle here. It seeped under the tape. So anyway, now then I know that for next time. Definitely use less water in that paint. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got. Yes, well, obviously that was not such a nice thing to have happen. Anyway, no problem. Well, I can paint it over. So, ta-ta, the big reveal. I definitely would like to maybe just paint up over this thing to isolate each piece more, because it is definitely distracting with this edge around. But as it turned out, I have some very interesting color combinations and mark making. I really find it interesting. Even this one, which I kind of thought was very simple and maybe a little bit boring, it's actually interesting with the layering going on underneath, and then some of this charcoal streak showing through down here. So definitely a fun exercise. I think I'll just go ahead and paint over these areas here with some white gesso and cover it up, because I would like to really have each one isolated. After a little bit of gesso, I got those nice crisp edges that I was after. So let the process lead you. Follow your curiosity and try not to stress about the outcome. Even if the result isn't perfect, I think you'll still enjoy the creative journey. And what can you actually use these small paintings for? What can you do with them? Actually, you can do tons of things. You can paint them over with gesso or acrylics to change the areas you're not into. You can trim them with a pair of scissors, or make one-of-a-kind art cards, something I really like to do. Keep your favorite bits and glue them into your studio journal as inspiration, or as cool reminders of great color combinations and textures. If you want to step into painting looser and making your painting routine more fun and enjoyable, don't forget to download your copy of the free guide, 5 Proven Ways to Loosen Up Your Painting Style. The guide has my top 5 tips to transform your painting style, so grab your copy of the guide via the link below this video.